Hey, this is your boy, TheMoney. I just skipped class with progress report. Yeah, I took a F. I don't like that.
The progress report.
All right, cool. What's going on? It's your girl, Lala Shepherd. This is a new episode of Skipping Class presented by the Progress Report. Man, I got TheMoney in the building. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, Lala. Thank you for having me over.
Absolutely, man. So you got to let us know, who are you? What do you do?
Oh, man, I am TheMoney. Too much money ain't enough money, right?
Okay.
So, Afro Beat artist from West Africa, Liberia. Also an investor and a businessman. That's a little bit of everything.
Okay. How did you get into music?
Music always been a passion. It's always been something that I love to do. I like to sing. I like to vibe to good sounds. So it's always been like something I was born with. In a church choir. Actually, I was a choir director at some point. Yeah, in the church, not in school or anything. But yeah, but that's what it was, and it's just something I wanted to do, and I wanted to change up and bring out a little bit of different stuff into the industry that that I'm in. So that's what it is.
At what point did you discover you had a voice?
When I was a kid, actually, because let's say when I came into the United States, actually, and that was 2005. Yeah, because that's when the whole church business started out. Even though I was in the church choir back home in Liberia, Ghana, but when I came over here, we had a youth program, or more like a talent show, and everybody else just decided to do what they need to do, and I sang a little bit. Actually, the funny thing is, when you sing, it's supposed to make people happy, but everybody cry when I did. So it was a little bit something, and then from there, the pastor came up, and he was like, "Hey man, we actually need a youth choir director, so maybe you should come in and join in." And I was, it was in Philadelphia.
Okay.
And that's how this whole thing started out. Yeah.
So what made you come to the States and talk about some of those cultural differences?
Well, one, I wanted a better life, honestly. I wanted a better education, a better life to get started with everything else. Because back home it's a little different than down here. There's no job. So even if you graduate from high school or even college, right, it's just different to have just a job instantly, So it's always been a good thing. And my mom was here, so she figured out like, hey, I was an A1 student. So of course she figured out I was the best option to come in first, so she got me in over, and that's how, just to get my life started, just to go to college down here, and all that good stuff, so that's how I actually came in.
Okay. So were you doing music back in your, country, or?
Well, I was in the choir. I wasn't
Okay.
a choir director or anything, but I was like part of the choir. Church was a big thing back home.
Got you.
Every parents or every house, has to be in some type of religious going on. It's either voodoo or you are into the church, and of course the church was our thing. So that's how the whole thing started out.
Okay. Because I was going to ask, like, if there's a differences in recording in a studio in the States versus back home. Well,
yes, there's actually a big difference. I would consider that more opportunity instead of more like a difference, because when I started recording back home, I was not thinking about doing a music re-recording. So, and that's because probably I never had the opportunity to buy the equipment, to buy the mic, to buy the computer and set up and none of that.
Yeah.
So, but here, of course, once you work and you make maybe like $1,000, you will be able to take $300-$400 from Amazon and get one of these, interface and a mic and all that stuff to get it done. So.
Got you. Okay. So you do got this new single. Is it called Kunji?
Yes, Kunji.
It's a vibe, for sure. I like it.
Thank you.
It's definitely a vibe, man. So I want you to talk about, tell me, what is the song about?
Oh, man. Okay, so this will be a little secret. But Kunji, the meaning of Kunji literally simply means a seduction. Okay? So it's like a girl, a beautiful girl, perfect body, nice hips, nice everything, seducing her man. And that was what that that actually. Honestly, how that came about, I was at home, and please don't tell my wife. I was at home just vibing and chilling, and this beat came in. It was not even that particular beat that came in. It was this different beat, and all I could think about was just that. And I was actually, there's a lot of girls around, so I decided to hang. So it was just something that girls was just saying all kinds of extra stuff just to seduce us and making us, arose, So I was like, okay, well, it looked like something that's gonna be crazy. So it was the instant stuff. It wasn't something that I decided I will write, think about to do. Once that beat came in, I just started going. You won't give me, and I started to think about it, and I was like, all right, cool, and that's how the whole shit came about. So yeah.
Tight. Well, is there a visual to it?
Yes, we do.
I didn't see it. I was looking on your YouTube. I didn't see it. Where is it?
Yes, we do have a visual to that. That visual went crazy in 2 days, actually.
Got you.
We will have to show that to you later on.
Okay.
But it went crazy to I think about maybe in the 92K in 2 days, because it was a lot of promotion going to it actually.
Of course.
And once it dropped, everybody was already ready for it, and it just went for it. The Americans, the Africans, everybody just went crazy for it, especially in my country. All the bloggers picked it up, and they just sharing it and posting it everywhere. So yeah. It's a dope visual. You probably need to take a look at it. If not, I would say it is the best so far that I've had. So yeah.
Nice. Now, what's your thoughts on the Afro Beats genre right now?
I think it's the wave. It's the next. It's the next wave. Because as you can see, everybody's just trying to just jump into that, literally. I feel like in the next year or two, if an artist don't get into that or don't follow that wave, they're probably not gonna get on that spot. That's just how I feel. It's like when it came a time when everybody was wearing big tee and big shirt, right? So yeah, that's and that's 05, 06, right? If you never had a big shirt, big tee with a Air Force, obviously you are not popping, and you will see that in every artist music videos. Everybody else, when Chris Brown came out with that. So it's just crazy, but that's how Afro Beats, and that's how I see it right now. Everybody have to jump into that in order to, because you cannot be stuck to one place. You gotta always try different things, and I like the fact that every big artist out there, even small artists, that's just trying to get into, at least get a feel of it, even if it's not Afrobeat, they're trying to jump into that dance hall, because Afrobeat and dance hall, I feel like they're kind of connected, so they're trying to feel into that stuff. So
definitely, it be going off here in Atlanta. Have you ever been to Rocksteady?
No, I actually have not been to Atlanta for anything. Well, I wouldn't say anything, but for work.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, so a long time ago, I used to do some hot shot driving. So I would just pass through. But that was the only time I came down to Atlanta. It wasn't for anything else that has to do with
Got you.
music and anything.
So yeah, you got to go to Rocksteady on a Tuesday night. It'd be crazy.
Okay.
Definitely, man. So who's some influences, if you have any musical influences or just some people that you like listening to outside of yourself?
Outside of myself, right now, a big influence right now is shout out to Burna Boy
for sure.
Honesty, and of course Timaya. Have you heard about Timaya?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, he's very big too, but he's more of a storyteller. You know, but Burna Boy right now, I don't know, for some reason he is more like a trainer. A trend right now. And a lot of people, when I went in Jamaica, it's funny. I always say this, the people thought I was him for a second. And I had to tell them no. I am me. Yeah, but that's how it is. Probably Brandon Ball and Timaya.
Okay. I'm going to have to check out the second person since you told me.
It's Timaya.
Got you. I'm going to definitely check him out. Now, where did your name come from, TheMoney?
Oh man, I have to say this again. Wow. So TheMoney actually came from a lot of hustle, because I'm a hardworking person. I feel money and I are connected. Yeah, like for real. I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but I just feel like at some point it's like you find a mate, you find somebody that you connect with. Okay, no matter what it is, on how life goes, on how tough it is, it always find me. It came a time I never had anything. I didn't even know how they didn't pay my bills at all. I lost the job. Business was not good. Or better yet, they didn't even get it started from the beginning. But for some reason, I just had money somehow to maintain those stuff. So yeah, I feel so yeah, that's what it is. It's just something that I feel I'm connected with. It's attractive to me, and I'm attracted to it. So I figure instead of naming myself something else, I am me. I am TheMoney. It is what it is. Yeah.
Okay. No, respect, man. That's a powerful statement. Now, talk about some of the other business endeavors that you into outside of music.
Okay, so I do some real estate. I do a little bit of real estate, buy and sell, flip. You name it, Airbnb, rental. Okay. I do have an online store. It's called Toddlers Motors. We are the kids of the dealership. If you actually check it out, 2020 last year we went viral. Literally, like crazy viral. We had over millions of followers in or better yet, like 24 hours or less. We actually, well, maybe not million followers, but million reach, right? In like 24 hours or so. And in that same hour, we make about $40,000-$60,000 in like 2 hours or so. So but I do that. I also, like I said, I do real estate, whether here, back home. I do a lot of good stuff back home. I didn't want to talk about it, but I am actually building a hotel back home.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's something that but these are the little stuff I do, and of course anything that's gonna bring me extra money on the side, I'm always open to that. But that's what it is. I do a little bit of everything, man. Anything I have to do with getting the bag.
Okay, respect, man. Now you said you married.
Yes.
Okay, so talk about just being married and balancing entrepreneurship and being a musician? How do you do it?
Well, it's hard, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie, because you gotta meet girls. Yeah, you got,
Facts.
especially if you are doing some promo, you are doing some music videos. It don't matter what you do. You gotta meet a lot of girls. I mean, like people that would throw themselves at you, stuff like that. But it's hard. But of course, once you make that a commitment, like this is me. I'm committed into this. I believe in karma. I believe in if you, especially if your partner is being fair enough to you or treating you right, and you decide to maybe do them dirty, even by mistake, right? So something always come back, somehow, someday. So we believe whatever you throw up, even if it's gonna take 100 years, it's gonna come back down. So yeah, but it's very difficult with music, especially with music. With the business part, we can handle that because, of course, most of the time, if I'm not there, she will go and make the runs for me. So I try to teach her on what to do, at least kind of get her like, if I cannot make it. Like right now, I'm not there, but if I have like a call, and I have a few of my employees trying to hit me up and be like, hey, I need this, I need that, I need that. She will be able to handle that without me being over there. So, but that's the good part about being married because you really cannot do that with a girlfriend. Honestly, I'm not saying you cannot, but it's going to be difficult, to do because, you don't know the person's intention. You don't know what the person plan on doing with your investment or whatever. But if you marry, of course, even if they decide to screw you over, right, and you decide to separate, you're still gonna get half of that shit. So it's not gonna be a total loss for you, So yeah, I rather go that route than.
Respect, man. So our platform is called the Progress Report. So how do you feel like you progressed lately as a person?
Who?
How do you feel like you progressed lately as a person?
Oh, as a person, there's really been a lot of productivity and been a lot of, in respect to my team, honestly, because they really push me hard. I'm telling you, from the producer, from the manager, to the cameraman, to the visual guy. I'm talking about every single person, even when I'm in the studio, trying to write something or figure out something. Everybody else that's coming in and giving that input, man, it's huge because, to be honest, 2020, I was not trying to put out a song. I was only making music for me. On God, well, 2019, I was just making music just for me. I didn't care. Every time I got in the car, it was only the music that I made. And I figured out, like, I think I saw something on social media that says, to artists that's keeping their craft, put it out. Somebody out there might need it.
Absolutely.
And from that moment, I was like, you know what? If my music can be a therapy to me, it could be a therapy to somebody. It can actually help somebody else. And this is how the music been decided to come out. And once I put the first one out, I got the feedback. Put the second one out, and I hit 100K on YouTube. I said, okay, it looked like this thing looked like it's gonna work, And I threw another one out, and I had 124. I said, okay, you know what, we gotta take this shit serious, because it looked like everybody else. Because I was getting a lot of good feedback, from everywhere, and everybody was feeling it, and everybody was giving up a positive, and maybe some negative was not really negative, because I never had a team back then. Mm-hmm. So most people was like telling me, look, man, find you a team, get everything professional, okay, because you have it, instead of you just putting out anything because you feel like putting it, because I was putting the numbers. So I was like, yeah, so they just go ahead and do it. So that's how this whole. But like I said, it's from where I started to now, it's a big progress. Like I'm telling you, before, I had to go into a studio to even record. Like I never had that confident feel that I could record myself. Like I had to really just book a section every time because I feel like I never had it. Mm-hmm. But once I started doing it, I was like, but that's crazy. Like this is something that's in me. This is something I always love to do. This is something that, got me going. So that's what it was.
Respect, man. So what you got coming up next?
Oh, so we working on an EP. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got a music video gonna be shot maybe in Atlanta here before we leave. We got a lot of stuff going on. Matter of fact, the title of the song that's gonna come out, I'm gonna get you guys a little bit of a hint. It's called Bestie. So we actually just gonna talk about besties in the genre. So it's a dope one. It's an Afro sound. It has a little bit, if you read it just depends on how you are looking at it or how you are listening or your mood at that time. Okay, if you have some liquor in your system, you might have a different type of feel, right? If you are sober, you're gonna have a different type of feel. If you are with your girl, you're gonna have a different type of feel. If you are with just another girl, you're gonna have a different feel, right? So it just depends on your mood at that time. But it's something that that's I think that's gonna go global again. It's gonna go crazy. But yeah, just look out for it. We are working on EP. We still gonna put out that single. Still gonna while we work on the EP. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming in.
Absolutely, man. Well, I definitely look forward to it. Like I said, I love the single, so I know the next single gonna be fire and the EP. So just keep us in the loop.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. Well, I appreciate you skipping class with us today.
Yeah, I don't like class anyway, so I like the fact I had to skip it.
The Progress Report.